I mean, when am I ever ready, you know?
Was it my Epic Gamer Dudes? Good
What
intro, Mojo.
is up?
The ceiling, I believe. Thank you, I'm here all week.
That was funny.
Please stop laughing. You're ruining the joke.
There was no joke there in the first place. You cannot call that a joke.
I'm gonna call that a joke.
It's rude to all other jokes to call that a joke.
Hey man, I've heard some of your jokes. That was great.
Those aren't jokes. Why don't we use my intro and outro that I made for these shows? This show?
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
I can send it to you if you want. Well,
Yeah,
we need Big Carton's actual animation.
I haven't seen his work yet.
Well, the next time we see him,
He still owes me like 20 quid.
nice.
Because a while back he was like, hey, can you pick me up at like 2 in the morning from Durham and drive me home? And I was like, sure, but you gotta give me 20 quid.
That's fair enough, to be honest. If I ever do that, I'll pay you.
Oh, much love. To be fair, I still owe you for endgame tickets. Maybe I'll just buy you a Dondles next time.
That would be like 4 McDonald's. McDonald's is so cheap. It's ridiculous.
Why
He
did
got
you use
you
the
there.
text? Yes, I was outplayed.
You were the one who was outplayed there.
Yes.
Um,
Why are we using Shellface here, but we can use Tinder?
Why? It's you. I'm no longer in control of the game.
Shit, you're right. How are you
When
still
does
drinking
Crunch
that
learn?
tea?
Crunch, I haven't even started drinking the tea until we started this episode.
I gave you that tea like an
I
hour
I
ago.
like my tea lukewarm at best, you know?
My god.
But it is nice tea. Thank you for the tea.
No worries.
Whilst you were out having dinner, I got accepted to my uni accommodation.
Oh really? Excellent.
Yeah.
I still need to book that shit. I should probably do that.
I booked it on the day it came out, so I probably got one of the earliest applications in.
Nice.
Because, you know, gap year I may as well.
Of course.
So
my neighbour did it like 2 months ago.
Yeah, they affirmed me for the one I went for rather than any sort of replacement clearance one.
Oh really? Excellent.
So now I get to it's a stupid one, isn't it? Stupid gym. I hate this gym.
Fairly certain this is the one you have to go to first. No, it's not. Shit. I
Probably
don't
on the left,
remember.
then. I would be surprised if it was anyone.
Nice to meet you. Yeah. It's a fairy tale about a little boy who met a Pokemon for the first time in his life.
That's me. That's me.
He was with a small brown Pokemon.
So yeah, I'm officially in uni now because that's the last thing that needs to be affirmed.
Excellent. So you've got your student finance sorted, I take it.
Yep, student finance and student accommodation just been affirmed.
Excellent.
I suppose that at some point they'll probably email me with module choices, but that's a much later date. Oh, it's not the first Pokemon you met.
I'm just skipping through the
You
dialogue,
silly
man.
dingus.
I don't
Go to the book. Go to the bookshelf on the.
You can't tell me what to do.
So Andrew, I have a question for you about Pokemon. I think it's one which everyone really feels about this game,
Right.
and about
Shoot.
every kind of game
Oh.
about Pokemon.
Oh.
Do you think
He says, putting his feet on my desk.
bestiality is illegal in Pokemon? Because it's a question I need answering. Because there's
Oh really? Is
it's
it?
a loaded question because there could be some history and past behind this one. Because surely most of the crimes that are committed Pokemon, at least
I would argue that
half of them would be
if the Pokemon,
sex, right? With Pokemon.
if it is physically possible to have sex with a humanoid Pokemon, then I think it would be legal. Just because
Okay, well no. Explain humanoid in this context, because
humanoid. So
I mean,
basic
I know
human
what
structure.
I know what humanoid means, but
Yeah. So Inferno.
what are we talking if a female throw comes up to you,
Yes.
oh no, Andrew, oh no.
Wow, you're being a bit prejudiced there, Mojo.
So obviously the two main ones that everyone goes for are Gardevoir and Lopunny.
I've never heard this argument before. So
I mean those are the two ones that are the most hentai and are 34'd and especially drawn in lewd positions with male Pokemon characters.
I see. I've no idea what I'm doing here, by the way.
You have to go around.
I've just skipped through all the dialogue, so I've no idea what I'm doing. That's, sure. Oh, okay. I got the right answer. So yeah, you were saying about Pokemon bestiality.
Well, I mean because obviously everyone's seen a bit of Gardevoir hentai, you know. It's
of course,
just
yeah.
natural.
It's standard stuff.
And Lopunny, those are the two big ones. Obviously, every single Pokemon's been.
Are you a Gardevoir guy or a Lopunny guy?
I'm more a Lopunny kind of guy. I'm not any kind of guy. I must like to clarify at this point.
Okay.
Anyway,
Feel free to keep going.
I'm just saying, because there must be some sort of boundary that comes across. Because I wouldn't want to fuck a Vanillux.
No one's forcing you to fuck.
But
Vanillux, Mojo.
Yeah, if a Lopunny,
If a Lopunny came up to you...
At what point do I say this Lopunny has given me consent? Is it like, it's asking for it? Because it canonically wears clothes, so if it's
You're rotting my brain right now.
And like another question, which would be a big issue about this is...
Oh, you've got another one, do you?
Ditto. Because Ditto can, as per the anime and its game and games, it can transfer into a human.
It can indeed.
So like porn stars.
I have
Mia Khalifa. What is that? A porn star? Yeah. Yeah. Like Kate Upton. Like she's an attractive woman. If a Ditto transform into one of those two, or like any attractive woman really, and explicitly said, "I want to have sex with you," is that bestiality?
I have a better question. If the Ditto transformed into your sister, and the Ditto wanted to have sex with you, would that be incest?
I'd say no. No, it wouldn't.
Okay, that's...
Because because incest is by bloodline. It's not by. That's why they get away with it in like stepsister kind of porn. Because incest is illegal.
Oh, wow, I never knew this, Mojo. You're really opening doors for me here.
So like, that's why they get away with it in step stuff.
Oh, that's a good hint. Find it yourself.
I'm just saying.
All I'm saying is,
if a Ditto came up, in the right kind of form, I find a hard time saying.
God.
I'm a man with simple needs,
What brought up this conversation?
I'm just because like legality is a fine thing, It's like,
yeah, you know me. I'm all about what's legal and what's not legal.
Because there are thin boundaries. Because like I believe, like laws are important, obviously, to keep a society run. But I'm just saying, some laws are not needed. Like I don't really feel like the illegalization of weed is important. I don't feel like that's hugely affecting us.
I think
because more people are just breaking it to get weed than there are people who are like hugely avid about not keeping
all it does
weed away
is make the market better for weed.
Yeah, exactly. It makes the black market stronger. But
maybe that's the whole idea.
It's a government conspiracy.
Yeah, it's a government conspiracy. Make it illegal so it costs more.
I'm just saying, bestiality. I put it out here now. Bestiality is bad.
Oh well, I guess we're gonna have to agree to disagree on that one.
Oh no! but in the Pokemon universe, it's gonna be much harder to. Well, obviously, Jenny must have a nightmare on her hands in order to get around that whole battle situation.
There's gotta be a fanfic somewhere.
It's gonna hundreds of fanfics, surely.
We should have like an episode where we just look up fanfics.
No, we shouldn't. That would be bad. That would be bad.
No, that would be epic.
I just feel like. It's going to happen often, right, in the Pokemon universe, especially if you have, like, as it happens all the time, evil teams which exist.
Yeah, Team Flare, I mean, they be rocking that style.
They are stylish.
What was I going to say? Can't remember.
Conspiracy. Do you believe in any conspiracy theories, Andrew?
No.
You don't believe the Earth is flat?
Shockingly, I do not. Despite all your efforts to... Dude, everyone knows Stanley Kubrick faked 9/11.
You're right.
As well as the moon landing.
Do you believe that JFK was killed by Lee Harvey Oswald, who was set up by the CIA?
I don't care.
That's the right answer.
I like paying attention to the random shit that happens in the world, not the big, colossal, world-changing events.
Fair. I mean, a big conspiracy theory which is probably just true, which is backed by quite a lot of evidence, is that one of the main reasons they don't teach like taxes within schools is because it means that people don't do their taxes correctly, so they pay more to the government, so there's more funding for public schools.
I haven't heard that one, but yeah, that makes sense.
Right, it just makes sense because if you don't teach it, then they pay more money because they don't know how taxes work and they don't do tax returns, and then
Oh no.
And also, like, because there's a whole bunch of, as YouTube does itself. Obviously, we don't get any YouTube money, but people do, and that's like freelancing and private taxing you have to do by yourself rather than like public taxing you have to do within a company.
Yeah.
So that's different. You have to do it yourself, and so you probably lose hundreds if you don't know how to do it, and even thousands depending on how much you actually earn from like freelancing, editing, or writing books or writing music. I mean, there's a whole bunch of obviously software and internet has made it much easier to become a freelancer.
That's true.
Because you can get your media out to random people.
Yeah, but you need to be good at marketing it, which is the thing with everything, I suppose. 1 HP. Can we talk about that?
Switch back to Shell Face 7. Shell Face 7, sorry.
So conspiracy theories.
I don't believe in any really.
I
Flat Earth is just stupid. Let's be honest here.
I don't think anyone's arguing with that.
They did like documentaries on Netflix where people like set up like a weather balloon to go up and like get a picture of the flat Earth.
Of course.
Then when it came back down, it's like, oh, it categorically states that it is in fact not flat. And they just covered it up. It was great. It was genius. And it's like people
I love it when people just dig their heels in.
Yeah, exactly.
There's irrefutable proof.
There's like conspiracy theories out there which would be like flat earthers believe that every single camera has been funded by the worldwide governments to deliberately Photoshop in curvatures of the Earth, so that there's no actual genuine photos out there of the real Earth.
Hey man, if you don't believe in that, then you're a fucking idiot.
How far are you willing to go just not to believe the truth? It's crazy. It's crazy.
Have you ever heard the argument that if religious people could be reasoned with, then we wouldn't have religious people?
No, I have not heard that one.
I agree with it to a certain extent.
I mean, I'd say religion is important as a moral standpoint.
Oh god, yeah. I don't deny that. I just think it's a waste of time.
Fair, yeah. As a man who came from a religious background and has pretty much deeply fallen out of it, yeah.
I just think it's...
I actually think it's more likely if you've been raised as a Christian child to fall out of... any religion, really.
Yeah, I can understand that. I guess it depends how
you've been raised.
Yeah. But like with religion, I find it impossible to impossible to dedicate my life to something that I didn't know for a solid fact was real.
Well, that's the whole thing about faith. You got to believe in it without knowing or seeing.
I know that's the point, but it's a stupid point. Why would anyone be willing to do that?
I mean, it's not a bad moral compass, to be honest.
No offense to any of you religious people out there.
There's going to be nobody watching this watching it. Full stop. I don't know why you're kidding yourself.
Just put a disclaimer.
I think it's art, dude.
If you're easily offended, do not watch this.
I mean, they'll have clicked off by the time I talked about hentai.
You're right. If you got this far, congratulations. What's this guy called? Bugsy, huh?
Malone. Haha. Thank you.
Oh,
High
no.
five.
There's too many wires in the way.
It's just far too many wires.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's the whole gang's back here. It's like that one scene in Endgame. Anyone seen Endgame yet?
We talked about this in like episode 1.
That's true, yeah.
Oh, my dad and my brother didn't like Endgame mainly because they didn't give a shit about Iron Man.
He is quite a central figure.
Yeah, I know. But they're like, oh my god, he's such a fucking dickhead in every single film. He's such a fucking idiot. Like, Ultron is his fault. Civil War is his fault.
Yeah, I mean, that is true, but you could also argue that the exact opposite. It's always Cap's fault. Why would he support Bucky in Civil War in the first place?
Easily my two favourite Avengers are Tony Stark and Captain America.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Captain America is my favourite Avenger, so that's how it be.
Because he got them massive eyes.
Honestly, I mean, have you seen? He's a real life Adonis. Oh my goodness.
Jesus Christ.
I'd let him do things to me. Undisclosed do things to me.
I see how it is.
I mean, like, yeah. He is ridiculously fit, let's be honest.
That's true. So if you had to list your 3 favourite Marvel movies,
oh boy. I think I've already said this, I recently undergone a marathon of all of them. So I'm probably quite able to answer this question now.
I'm guessing Captain Marvel is going to be way up there.
Captain Marvel is not up there. I didn't dislike
fucking
Captain Marvel.
Sexist bastard pig.
It's like a mediocre, middle of the road kind of Marvel movie.
Oh.
I didn't hate it, didn't love it. You're gonna do both ways, yeah, fair.
Yeah.
I'd say Endgame's probably top 3.
Good.
I don't know if it's number 1 though.
Yeah.
I'd say Winter Soldier's probably up there as well.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Goodness, and the third one. I'll order them once I get the 3 in my head.
Oh no, we didn't heal. Fuck.
Oh yeah.
Problem.
You probably just heal him.
No, fuck it.
Also use Fury Cutter. Okay.
I don't give a shit.
Probably Avengers Assemble. I like that movie.
I haven't seen that yet.
You haven't seen Avengers Assemble?
I haven't seen the most iconic Avengers movie now.
Goodness. Well, at least one of you's dying there. You have 1 health. Yeah, those are my probably top 3. It's probably quite a basic choice, but I like them. So.
Yeah, fair enough. For me, I'd probably go Civil War.
Yeah, fair.
I think it's the one I've seen the most, to be fair. What else have we got? I really like Winter Soldier, like you. I don't know if I'd put it in the top 3. I've only seen it once, so...
It's a really good movie.
It is. I like how, you know, it kind of... It contrasts so heavily with the first Captain America movie.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
It's, you know, very black and white in the first one.
I mean, yeah, then the whole thing about
Americans versus
Winter
Nazis,
Soldier,
and then there's all, like, this corruption kind of stuff going on, so...
It does a really good whole thing about, like, corruption from the inside and having to work it out, and who's right from wrong, sort of thing. It's good. I'd say Ant-Man's almost up there. I really enjoyed Ant-Man.
Oh, and if Fury swipes, what do you friggin' do? You know, so...
Unbelievable. You don't want Fury swipes?
I don't want nerd 345 smiley face infinity to learn Fury swipes now.
I used to be able to, like you, in terms of being able to quote the entirety of Revenge of the Sith pretty perfectly. I could pretty much quote the entirety of Avengers Assemble. It was one of my most watched movies for a while. I just watched it all the time.
Homecoming. Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's the top 3.
That's probably top 5 if I had to choose. That was one of the ones I hadn't seen before. I don't know why, I just never got around to it.
Definitely one of my favourites.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new trailer for Spider-Man
Far From Home? Yeah.
It fucking ruins everything.
What are your thoughts?
It looks... I mean, I'm definitely going to watch it.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be good, but why the fuck did they ruin everything with that latest trailer?
What do you mean? Elucidate me.
Spoilers here. So,
I mean, it's a
they
trailer.
did the classic thing where they just go through the whole movie in fast motion. So, like, in the first trailer, you have no idea what Jake Gyllenhaal's character's doing, you know? If he's like a good guy, bad guy, whatever. Also, you're so insufferable. Also, MJ knows that he's Spider-Man. Yeah, I was like, why the fuck did you have that in the trailer?
Yes, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's just sort of setting up for like the fact that that's probably gonna be quite early in the movie. I feel like that's what they show in a trailer.
Yeah, but why would you do that?
I want to see the reveal for the first time in the movie, but
yeah.
I sort of just want to see the relationship at this point. I mean, I feel like
it took 3 films with the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films.
Yeah,
for that to happen, so.
Exactly. I mean, like in Homecoming, you could pretty much tell by the end that she guessed that he was at least involved with Spider-Man.
Yeah. Very sexually.
But I mean, I feel like she, at the end, if you watch it properly, the Homecoming, I feel like she knows that he's Spider-Man.
Yeah, probably.
That's why she makes fun of him at the end for being Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to be early in the movie, and then we're just going to have them progressing in a relationship where she understands he's Spider-Man.
Yeah,
finally.
A good water type.
A good special water type move. Get rid of water
tackle.
I mean, like, Zendaya's pretty attractive, I'm not going to lie.
No arguments here. She kind of looks like that girl from The Greatest Showman.
She is the same girl.
Is it the same girl?
Yeah. It's the same. The one you're talking about, the trapeze artist.
Yes.
Zac Efron. Yeah, that's the same.
Zac Efron dish. Yeah.
Zac Efron is attractive. Oh my goodness, dude.
What?
Cool, blimey. I would.
You're taller than him, though.
Am I actually?
Yes.
I'm 5'11" and a half.
It's like 5'8".
That's embarrassing.
Yes, it's kind of funny.
But he is built.
It's really funny to just shatter people's illusions of people.
I mean, I still would.
I mean, obviously, but...
If Zac Efron turned up at your door and said, do you want to be in a relationship with me? I'd say yes.
Relationship?
Every time.
Just fuck me there and then.
I ain't gay, but like... But like, Zac Efron is Zac Efron, let's be honest here.
But $20 is $20.
$20 is $20. What are you going to do for $20, Andrew? How much would you sell yourself for $20?
Depends how much time. It wouldn't be what I'd have to do. It would depend on how much time I needed to do for it, yeah.
That's a bizarre way
basically,
to say it.
yeah. I value my time, even though I don't...
So it wouldn't be like a limitation of like, solely like...
Unless it was something totally ludicrous, then yeah.
Right, yeah.
I judge it more like in the sense of time than anything else. That was a nice bone crack right there.
Yeah, it was. That's a bone crack, that wasn't your chair, yikes.
No.
Then the whole thing with, what's his name? Mystic... Green dude with bulb on his head.
Mysterio.
That's the one.
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal.
What happened there? Why is he friends with Spider-Man?
Because he's from the multiverse or something.
Yeah, that's how they explain it.
You know, it would be great. You know how Nicolas Cage voiced one of the kids, one of the Spider-Men?
Yeah, the Spider-Man Noir in Into the Spider-Verse. That's a good movie.
Wouldn't it be great if he came into Far From Home?
Just randomly cameoed. I'd love that.
Yeah.
I love Nicolas Cage. He's great.
Okay, so they can't do the Stan Lee cameos anymore. What if they do the Nicolas Cage cameos for absolutely no discernible reason?
I mean, they can still do Stan Lee cameos. They'll probably just do
they'll definitely try and do it. But at the same time, Nicolas Cage.
The Endgame one was a post-produced one. He was dead.
Who did he play in Endgame?
He was, cameo-wise.
Yeah.
He was the guy who drove past the army base in 1970s and said, "Give peace a chance, not make peace, not war. Make love, not war." Third time's a charm.
Oh yeah, it was him.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Spoilers for you out there. They go back in time in that movie.
Wow.
No one's really watching
He
that.
just went out and said it.
Iron Man dies.
Black Widow dies.
True.
Vision doesn't come back.
No one's surprised by that.
No one gives a fuck about Vision. Right, okay, so
I care much more about Wanda than I do about Vision.
I cared much more about Vision than I did about Captain Marvel.
Did you not like Captain Marvel by any chance?
No. Alright, first off, she's a woman, so obviously...
We here at 4 do not support the views of Andrew.
Okay, just joking, man. But, yeah, what's her name? Brie Larson. Not a good actress.
Oh, yeah? I've never seen her anything till Captain Marvel.
I've seen her in, like, minor roles here and there. But... yeah, no.
Sorry. Did you see Captain Marvel?
I've not seen Captain Marvel. I saw Endgame, and she was not so good in that.
Honestly, it wasn't
she
a
made
bad
me
movie.
want to punch her in the face every single time she was on screen, and she was only on screen for like 5 minutes.
I mean, yeah, she was a bit too powerful for her to be in most of the movie.
She's the Superman of the Marvel universe.
I mean, that is just canonically what happened.
Oh, did you see Justice League?
No.
Oh, we need to watch Justice League.
Any
It's
good?
so bad. No.
Oh, dear.
Worst
Marvel did a good job
movie.
of putting together all their movies after a while.
Yeah. Well, Justice League
It's
is
probably
probably...
Suicide Squad.
It's worse than Suicide Squad.
I've never seen either.
Well, you need to watch Suicide Squad.
I've
That's
actually- I don't
that's
think
like a funny kind of bad.
The only DC technical movies I've seen are the Christopher Nolan Batman movies.
So you've only seen the good Batman movies?
Yeah, I've seen the trilogy.
Have you not seen Batman vs Superman?
No.
Man of Steel?
No.
You haven't seen any of the DCE
No.
movies?
No, I missed them all. I don't watch movies. I don't know what to tell you. Marvel's pretty much an enigma for this one, because I do actually watch those movies.
Fair enough. You've seen all of them.
Along with Star Wars. I'm a very big sort of universe kind of guy. I like when a whole universe is really built out and created.
Fair enough.
I was very much the same with book reading when I was
Someone
younger.
say Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I absolutely love books which just went on for ages in terms of series.
I really don't.
I mean, yeah, I don't anymore, but I loved them back then because I loved universe
No,
creating.
I get that.
That's why I really liked Harry Potter. That's why I liked the Percy Jackson series.
I had an argument with someone a while back about...
You gonna get that Pokeball?
Yeah, I'll do that. About that the Harry Potter films were better than the books.
Is that your opinion?
It's my opinion.
Yikes.
So,
I disagree with that one, but fair.
Yeah, J.K. Rowling's not a good writer.
Disagree with that one as well, but also fair.
Right. I'm just gonna lay out the fact that when she tried to write a book
fact.
Right, fact. When she tried to write a book that wasn't involved with the Harry Potter universe, it flopped.
That's true. I don't remember what it was called, but
Exactly.
the one straight after.
No one remembers it.
It was the yellow one. Yellow and red.
Yes.
Was the cover.
No one bought it, so she went back to Harry Potter.
That's true.
Because she wasn't a good enough writer to come up with something else.
That's true.
Also, I don't find her writing style that engaging. It's just
That's
kind of
fair, yeah. I guess I just like the universe building of Harry Potter.
Also, the magic's totally fucked. There's no consistency with it. Spells just kind of do whatever they want. Also, when...
we're off now, aren't we?
Okay, I mean, why
No,
not?
that's fair, yeah, that's fair.
So,
I'm not complaining.
the spells in the books are so fucking boring to read about. You know, when they're having like a duel or something and it's meant to be all intense, and I'm like, this is so fucking boring. But at least in the films, even if it's completely ridiculous over the top, it's a really good spectacle.
Yeah, that's fair.
It looks great.
Harry Potter movies, yeah, they're alright.
So, what do you dislike about the movies compared to the books?
It's less that I dislike them, it's just I prefer the books. I like both of them, really.
Do you not think Harry Potter's a colossal dickhead in the books?
Yeah, I don't mind that though.
It bothers me a lot.
I don't think the character needs to be a personable, likeable person.
The central protagonist in 7
books.
books.
I actually prefer that he's
kind of
not a
bothers
perfect
me.
human.
He doesn't need to be he's not perfect in the films either, but
yeah.
he clearly makes much more of an effort.
Yeah. I really don't mind him being an asshole.
I honestly think Daniel Radcliffe does a good job of trying to hold it all together most of the time. You can always see that there's something going on, but he's always trying to not let it.
Let's be honest, he is trash in the first few movies.
Yeah, but he's a kid.
Yeah, the kid actors
I'm
are
talking.
trash anyway,
I'm talking
full
like
stop.
fourth film onwards.
Yeah, fair.
No, third film onwards.
I think that's when
he's pretty.
he's an adult in the fourth film onwards. I think he's 18 in the fourth film.
Is he?
I don't know.
I don't
actually know the ages exactly.
I honestly think he was only like 1 or 2 years older than he was meant to be.
Yeah.
Something like that. I might be wrong.
Who knows? I like both of them. I was very much a growing up kid with Harry Potter, so it's one of the series I really can't seem to
Fair enough.
fault until I probably remove myself from a
Were your
biased
parents
nature.
not like, this is witchcraft?
No, they're not that stupid.
I think Michael's parents were like that, to be fair.
Well, that's because they're
I think you
Catholic.
mentioned it, too.
My parents, my mum liked it, so I don't think she could quite justify saying it's witchcraft to her kids.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah.
Favourite Harry Potter film?
Film?
Book?
Favorite book is the sixth one.
Favourite book is
Because
fourth one,
it's
probably.
like, the sixth one is like one of the only funny ones out there, if I can remember it correctly.
It does have some funny moments. Yeah.
But then it sort of just tails it off by killing Dumbledore. Okay, spoilers, but like
Dumbledore's gay.
also like if you don't know Dumbledore dies, come on.
What are you
It's
doing
not my
with your
fault.
life? Wait, is Bug super effective against Bug? I can't remember. It is.
Bug super is grass and it's
Oh,
grass
is it a bug
bug,
grass?
yeah.
Okay. That's what I was meaning to catch.
Swaddle.
Swaddle.
A question of Swaddle.
Yeah.
Oh well, we added something to the team. And a heal ball, obviously.
I knew that was something I was forgetting.
Movie.
That's harder for me. I
Actually, I
enjoy
like
all
the early
movies.
ones because there's less blue filter on it. Like the first movie is really colourful.
Fair
I
enough.
really enjoy that part.
Yeah.
About it. It's just sort of like enjoying the more magical spectacle rather than being like, the world's gonna die.
Well, the first two are directed by Christopher Columbus. So
Yeah,
he
yeah.
really brings the whole sense of wonder and wow.
Why did you name him?
Ah! You're distracting me. Oh wait, I'm going the wrong way. Fuck.
There you are. Yeah, probably some of the first ones actually.
Fair enough. I really enjoyed the second one.
Yeah, I quite like the third one. If I'm thinking correctly. That's
The third one's like
time
the
turner one,
unanimous.
right?
Yeah, it's the unanimous favorite one. I like the spectacle in 4.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed they missed out the entire Quidditch World Cup. I understand why they did it.
Yeah, I mean,
There's too much time.
the entire plot of the fourth one was utterly retarded. It's the most elaborate kidnapping plot. They just what?
I mean, to be fair to the book, they missed out a lot of the book of the fourth
I know,
one
but
in the
I've
movie.
read the book and it still doesn't make sense.
It's true.
So, the whole point was they needed Harry Potter's blood to bring back Voldemort, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
So, why do they need to make him win the Triwizard Cup and manipulate everything for an entire year just to get him into the graveyard where he didn't need to be in the first place?
Well, I think that's less about getting the blood, more about Voldemort
Killing
being able to
Harry,
kill him
yeah.
at the moment.
Okay.
Because it's not. Well, I mean, yeah, you're right. If he wanted just to come back, yeah, he could just got blood. But the whole point about Voldemort is he's a very over the top spectacle kind of guy. That's why all the Horcruxes are like the big things of each house. Ow, my back, my
another
pussy, and
sweet
my
pad.
crack.
Please don't say that again.
Yeah, Dumbledore's gay.
Yep. That would be a good round off to the episode.
I mean, I wasn't hugely surprised by that fact being revealed, to be honest. He doesn't really ever show interest
I just don't know why it was revealed.
Yeah, that's the point, isn't it? It's like, it's just an over-the-top...
What does it add? What does it add?
Nothing. It's retrospectively appealing to a demographic of people who are now much more voiceful online and, you know, like the LGBTQ community.
Yeah.
It's like, why is there no representation in the book? So she's retroactively sticking it in the book so it doesn't exist. Like making Nagini an Asian woman was an interesting choice from Fantastic Beasts.
I haven't seen those two movies.
Not great at all. The only good parts of the movies are the parts where
Why am I using
Newt Scamander runs around, which is Eddie Redmayne,
Yeah.
runs around with the animals, and like the rest of it's like, a plot about Grindelwald taking over the world by killing all the Muggles, what an original plot. But it's like, only good parts of the movie are the parts which are fun with animals, but that's the very small, minute parts of the movie. It's pretty sad. And like, did Dumbledore being gay, not a surprise, but also, did we need to know that? Wizards shitting on the floor, then removing it by wand waving in the 1800s because they didn't have toilets. Did we need to know that one, J.K. Rowling? No, we didn't. Did you hear that? Did you see that tweet?
No, I feel like I'm really missing out here.
She tweeted that before toilets were invented, or you know, irrigation systems were invented, or sewage, wizards just shit on the floor and then removed them with wand work.
That's hygienic.
Hufflepuff have group masturbation sessions. That was one that was added. Don't know why that was added either.
What?
I mean, somebody asked about sex ed online, so she said that Hufflepuff have group masturbation
Do you
sessions.
think she just gets really drunk and just answers all these Twitter
No,
posts?
she doesn't.
Are
I mean,
you
like,
sure? 'Cause
the
that
thing is,
explains
like,
so much.
the thing is, like, it is just what she does in Pottermore. That's the entire point of what Pottermore was. Like, adding extra lore through a sense of Pottermore. Of, you know, every week she adds a bit more of what she has.
Yeah.
And I understand that because that's pretty much what J.R.R. Tolkien did with the Silmarillion.
Yeah, but he was good at it.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was
I
consistent.
would not be surprised
Relatively.
if in about a year or two she releases a book which is just extra lore about Harry Potter at all, because it makes sense to me that she would.
Did you ever read the Tales of Beedle the Bard?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I read some of them.
Yeah.
It was better than the books.
I really don't remember that. I read them once.
It was more concise. It was more engaging. The books, the later books in the series are just too long. They don't engage.
Well, I mean, yeah. After the third one, the contract was like, well, you can write as long as you want because we no longer have to really worry about you not being able to sell books.
Yeah, well, I kind of liked the concise nature of the first three. It didn't bore me to tears. Gave me a bit more info than the films did, so that interested me, but it didn't give me too much. The first 100 pages of what's it called? The Order of the Phoenix. Thank you. Yeah, it's fucking pointless.
Oh, yeah, everyone hates the Order of the Phoenix book. I hate that book too.
It's the longest one, isn't it?
It's 766 pages long. I remember because I got very tired of it once. It's just. I see the point. It's like the third book of Lord of the Rings where they make you feel like you're walking through the Great Marshlands as well. Like you really slog that part out. It's just like I understand that you're trying to get across to the point of how frustrated Harry is, and like how pent up he feels. You know, I'm the chosen one and all that. It's like, come on, J.R. Tolkien, J.K. Rowling. Like, come on, you don't need to know just quite how pent up he is. Like, just tell us he's horny, you know? That's what you need to know.
That's much more gay. Oh, do you remember the bit in the fifth book where he goes on that date with Show? Oh my god, it's so fucking... I really hate reading shit like that. It's just so weird.
It's bad. It's objectively not a good book.
Yeah. Thank you. We agree on something.
I mean, I do have a very low threshold for enjoyment of movies and books. I don't need much to enjoy it. I sort of just like to turn my mind off whenever I watch movies and just enjoy the spectacle.
We need to have like a movie day where I actually show you some good movies.
See, the thing is, I'll be like, yeah, this is good, but if you put in bad movie in front of me, I'll be like, yeah, this is good as well. There's not much of a... I know quality when I see it, but I also just enjoy bad movies.
I can understand that. I mean, I do enjoy the good bad movie. That's why I go to your house.
That's why we watch Machete. Watch Machete, by the way, everyone.
Oh, Machete.
Great movie.
10 out of 10. Go watch it right now.
Exactly.
It's complete garbage, but it's the most entertaining
What are you talking about? Very
shit
topical
you'll
these
ever
days.
see.
Literally about Trump's wall.
Yeah.
Literally about getting Mexicans out of the border.
Okay, so Doom 2, that Bollywood movie you showed us.
Yeah.
It's great, but it's a bit too long.
It's a phenomenal movie.
It's so funny, but at the same, it's like 2.5 hours long.
Yeah.
It's just too long.
What do you think about Endgame being 3 hours long?
Good edit. They did a good edit, so
yeah.
it felt.
I can imagine the original script would have been like 4 or 5 hours, probably.
It didn't feel too bad. So yeah, I was satisfied with Endgame.
Yeah. It did tie up all the loose ends.
Did it?
What do you think
I've
about...
never thought too hard about the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah,
I just kind of like.
What do you think about Anthony Mackie?
Who's that?
He's Falcon. I'm more asking about how attractive do you think that black man is.
Oh, I see. No. Yes, definitely.
He's very attractive.
He's a big boy.
I would, just putting it out there, viewers, I'm not gay, but I would.
You clarify this so much.
Well, because it sounds like I'm gay. I'm not. I promise I'm not.
What, are you saying there's something wrong with being gay?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm just
Because
saying
you're being very defensive.
Well, I have the right to be, because I'm called gay a lot.
Gee, I wonder why. Maybe it's because you make loads of homoerotic comments at people.
The thing is, I'm so comfortable with being straight and my sexuality that I feel very comfortable just making gay jokes all the time. Just not making jokes at gay people, it's making jokes about being gay myself.
I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing with you.
Exactly. I don't dislike them because they're gay, but I dislike them and they're gay, you see? It's a distinction.
Oh no.
It's a distinction, I promise.
You're walking a very fine line there, Chief.
I don't like her and she's a lolly. I like her because she's a lolly. No, that's the wrong way around.
And I think with that we'll end off the episode.
Fuck. You got me there.
So, need to think of a good outro. We've been doing this for too long to not think of a good
Oh,
outro.
I think this is a perfect outro. We don't really know what to talk about.
Yeah. So go watch Endgame. Don't read
In
the Harry
cinemas
Potter
now.
books.
We got to beat Avatar. Avatar doesn't deserve to be at the top anymore.
You're right.
It doesn't.
It's
Come on,
not
James
that bad.
Cameron. It's not a good movie. They just released the 4 more sequels. The first one's coming out in 2020, and the last one's coming out in 2027.
We're gonna go see those, right?
Yeah, but they're all going to be absolute trash. Like, what was the good parts about Avatar? They had sex with trees with their hair.
I mean, that was my
You're
highlight.
right there, James Cameron. Like, what's going on there, buddy?
Did you know some people actually committed suicide because they realised they'd never be able to go to Pandora after they saw Avatar? There's an actual thing that happened.
Yikes. Yikes. Well, that's
Shouldn't be laughing, but
it's a good way to end off this episode.
yeah, let's go with
Remember,
that.
gamers, smoke fast, eat grass, skate ass.
Skate ass.
I don't remember how the saying goes.
That's just beautiful.